Alright, it's day number 92 of my talking in front of the camera, and today I'm going to answer pretty fast because it's 9 p.m. and I'm pretty tired. Like, over the past 2 nights, I was kinda sleep deprived, so I really wanna sleep. Also, I'm finally at home in my convenient place to answer those questions, and in order not to skip this day, because I need 8 more days to finish this challenge. So I got 92 days behind me, and it's kind of crazy way, so I don't want to skip anything. I really want to finish this challenge and be proud of myself, to be honest. So I come up with an idea just to talk about sharing, because I don't have a lot of time. I have to have my dinner today and I wanna sleep, so I'm in a rush kinda. So let's just get started. And the first question: why do some people enjoy sharing while others don't? All right, in my opinion, first of all, it depends on the person. Like, different people with its own temperament tend to act in different ways. That's why someone is a more active person, someone is more passive person, and that's why someone tends to talk more there than others. And as a result, when you like to talk about something more, you tend to share with something more, you know. Also, it depends on your friends. For example, I know about some causes, like when the person faced with hate from his friends when he wanted to share with something. So that's why he uh, decided not to share with some information to avoid hate or uh, some uncomfortable like situations. So it's as always, it fully depends on circumstances, on person, but generally I guess mostly, like, it depends on temperatures, temperament. I don't remember, by the way, how to pronounce this word. Temperaments, on temperaments. It depends, not temperatures, so temperaments. All right, let's move on. And the second question: in what ways can sharing benefit a community? If we're talking about community, it's very important to be aware about some troubles. For example, nowadays, like, different channels and other sources cope with this question, with this task pretty well, because they always keep us track about different news, even about some things that we don't need to know. So sharing in community definitely is able to bring some benefits. For example, there are some robbers in the city, and you kind of got warned about it, and it means that someone shared with you to this information, and now you will be aware about it, and you will be more careful, you know. And it depends, like, any situation we can talk about, like, anything. If something happened due to someone, you can be aware, and as a result you will be able to avoid some troubles, or you will be able to be more careful, and as a benefit you will be safer, just like this. All right, do you think sharing is more important in poor or rich societies? Definitely in rich societies it's more important, because if we're talking about rich society, it's people with different ideas. And when you have an idea and you share with another person who has an idea, you both are able to come up with a greater idea. you know. And also usually poor people, like it's not even my thoughts, it's according to some researchers, to some surveys, we can know that poor people tend to talk about different people, talk about some travels, just about things that aren't important at all. And whereas rich people tend to speak about some projects, to talk about some useful habits, like about healthy lifestyle, you know, like about things that are able to bring you benefit. And they have different, a bit different mindsets, they have different topics to talk about. And as a result, it will be better if rich people shared with their thoughts than poor people. It's probably not fair, but it's my opinion. Alright, how has technology changed the way people share things? Um, One more question about technology. I really like such questions because it's this kind of questions when I can talk endlessly. Because I, as we all know, like technology, like what am I talking about? So the sharing between peoples has changed like tremendously over the past several years, over the past several decades, for example, because we got access to technologies, and due to the technologies, we're able to communicate with everyone we want from from every corner in this world, and everything that we need just to hold our phone and to reach out with some person. Like in the past, it was impossible because we had to rely on our neighbors or and other people who we can see in real life, and we were kind of restricted in this way because we couldn't communicate with more people than we had like beside us. So like whereas technology provided us with the opportunity to um, communicate with everyone we want, everywhere we want, and about everything we want. So as a result, there are a bunch of useless information, and at the same time there are a bunch of useful information. So it's very important to be aware what kind of information do you consume, because in nowadays world it's really crucial for real, because due to technology we can hear about thousands opinions, and not each of them is right, and I could say even several of them probably are right. All right, let's move on. So what role should schools play in teaching children to share? Mm, I don't know. They just must to communicate with them in the way to make them want to talk about something. Like usually after school, some kids have like no desire to share with something because they're afraid of uh, elder persons, you know, because they're elder, and you can talk about everything you want, you can't express your opinion, you don't understand anything because they're older, they're smarter. No, that's a bullshit. So they mustn't talk about such things at school, and just provide children with opportunity to talk about everything they would like to say, they would like to talk about, and at the same time to allow them uh, be on the same level. Not like I'm teacher, I'm higher, and like you are a kid, shut up, you can't say anything. So just avoiding such troubles in school, children will be much more open to much more open to talk about everything and to share about their opinion, about their worries, about their ideas, etc. And the last question is, are there any negative aspects to sharing too much? Yes, for example, even, I don't know, it's kind of strange, not really strange question, but we can pursue it otherwise. And I'm going to talk, for example, about one example in my case. I don't like when I hear a lot about negative news, because I feel like I really worry about some persons with who something happened. I really worry about the situation, but if I can't affect it anyhow, why should I pay attention to it? Like, don't tell me about it. I want to be focused with my studying, for example, or with some things, and I don't want to know about some troubles that happened uh, on another, I don't know, point on this world. So it's kind of strange when not even strange, but I'd like to avoid such information, and I don't like to hear about negative news. So it's one of aspects that I would like to avoid about sharing. And also, by the way, I recently I noticed that I really like to communicate with people, but I hate to talk with people when we talk about some bullshit, when we don't talk about anything useful, when we uh, just not even waste of time, but when you realize that the person don't have any aims in the future and you are kind of different. I just have no desire to talk with such people, and I I wouldn't like to know about their thoughts. I wouldn't hear their sharing, their opinions, and it means that it's a negative part of sharing. So I mean, I'm not the person who is over high self-confident. I'm just talking about real things. If I want to know English, if I want to study in university, then I want to run my own business, and I'm talking with the person who don't anything from that and who want only chill, who want only uh, pull up to the party and don't do anything else. So we're different. I don't want to hear the information that he would be able to share with. Alright, so that's all for today. Anyways, 14 minutes video. I tried to avoid long conversation, long monologue, but I didn't. Alright, that's all for today, and see you next time.